Sai Ram. On the 24th of November 1998, during his divine discourse, Bhagwan Shri Sathya Sai Baba spoke about Swami coming in your dreams. Swami said that dreams are a reaction, reflection and resound of all the activities that we do in our waking state. However, that is not the case with dreams of Swami. You get dreams of Swami only when Swami wills to come in your dream. In that same discourse, later on, he also clarified. Sometimes in your dream you see Swami, you are in Prashanti Nilayam at this moment, and the next moment you are in America. It is all very confusing. Such dreams are indigestion dreams. When Swami wills and comes in your dream, the dream is as real as reality. You experience, feel, see and hear and touch Swami and feel his presence the same way as you would the physical presence in the waking state. By the blessings and grace of dear Swami, I got an opportunity to experience all these points through a personal experience which is as thrilling as a movie. It was the 18th of September 2008. After a very heavy lunch in the studio at Radio Sai Global Harmony, I just dozed off. I might have slept for about 15 or 20 minutes and I was woken up by the loud ringing of my mobile phone. It was my colleague who was calling to tell me that as he was passing by the Sai Kulwant Hall while he was returning from home from lunch, he saw that some sets were being shifted into the mandir. He said, "Arvind, I think Swami has permitted for a program today, so get ready." I immediately got up and quickly set my camera right and I prepared myself to leave for mandir early. These were days when people used to come for Parthi Yatra from across India and across the globe. And these Parthi Yatras or pilgrimages to Parthi had been timed in such a manner that none of them overlap. And as each group came to Prashanti Nilayam, they would get an opportunity to present something before Swami, of course, if Swami permitted them to. And sometimes, like it had happened on this 18th of September 2008, Swami would give them permission at the last minute and they would rush in and prepare to present the program before him. So I rushed to the mandir. By 3:15 I was in the mandir. At 4 p.m, as was the practice those days, Vednarayan sir, Praveena sir and brother Sudhindran went onto the dais and began the Rudram tutorials. Swami had instructed that everybody must learn the Vedas, irrespective of language, nationality, religion, everything, because the Vedas are universal. And in fact, he had instructed these three teachers and brothers to do coaching in the open Sai Kulwant Hall. So at 4 p.m, the Rudram tutorial began and all of us began to chant after them. At around 4:20 p.m, Swami arrived for darshan. Those days, even though Swami arrived for darshan, the tutorial had to continue. That is what was Swami's instructions. So as Swami was moving from the ladies' side to the center of the hall to the gents' side, the teaching of the Rudram went on. Swami completed the darshan round and came on stage. So Swami came on the dais, sat on the stage and asked for the Vedam coaching to stop for the day. So the three took Pad Namaskar and sat down. It was absolute silence, and in that absolute silence Swami just sat. It's magnificent how even though there were 20,000 people gathered in Kulwant Hall, there wasn't even a little bit of sound, pin drop silence. So divine. In the depths of silence, you hear the voice of God. In the presence of God, automatically there is depths of silence. Swami then beckoned for the program to begin. I was seated on the steps with a video camera to shoot the entire program about 2 meters away from Swami. And the program began. This was based on the Guru Purnima discourse of 1963. The revelation that Swami had made about sage Bharadwaja's paralysis and how Lord Shiva promised the sage that he would take birth in his lineage thrice, and during the second avatar, that is Sathya Sai avatar, the Parvati aspect of the body would suffer the same kind of paralytic stroke for 7 days. Well, the details of all that beautiful and magnificent and divine story is captured in this link above. You can visit it and see it at leisure. But the entire drama by these children was based on that. Now, as I sat there watching the program, I couldn't help but think that this program was substandard. I felt that it was not worthy to be presented in Swami's presence. Yes, I was being judgmental, and I was being so because I felt that the program was not good enough, was not fit enough to be offered to the Lord. The dance that Shiva and Parvati did not seem good at all. And I was busy in this manner, judging and criticizing the drama, while outwardly I kept a smile on my face and continued to shoot. That was when I just glanced at Swami seated on the stage. Swami seemed so happy, and he was watching the drama like an eager child. There was a smile on his face, and every now and then he would raise his hands as if blessing the participants of the drama. Seeing that, I suddenly felt so ashamed. I felt, here is the Lord who is enjoying. He is an epitome of perfection, and he is enjoying the drama, and here I am sitting and judging. Mother Teresa famously said, if you judge someone, you won't have the time to love them. That was my condition. Swami's was the opposite. If you love someone, you have no time to judge them. Swami doesn't judge at all because he only loves. No reason for his love, no season for his love. As I saw this, as I said, I felt so ashamed, and I said, no, I should not be judgmental. This program Swami loves. And how is it that God is able to love something which looks not so good? There's a secret there. It is because as human beings, we judge something based on the results. But God judges everything based on the efforts. You can see more about that in this link, video above. I'll proceed with the story. Even as I was feeling repentant, something suddenly struck me from within. I realized that even as that phone had rung in the studio to wake me up from my unexpected nap in the afternoon, my afternoon siesta, I had actually seen Swami in my dream. And the entire dream came flashing by as I sat on those steps shooting this program, Sai Avataran Rahasya. What was the dream? In the dream, I was taking photographs, and Swami was sitting and watching a program with so much of interest and joy. Well, currently I wasn't shooting photographs, I was taking a video, but Swami was definitely watching the program the same way as he was watching it in my dream. And in my dream, at the end of that program, Swami called and beckoned for 2 of the actors. I could not see them because I was facing Swami. And Swami began to wave his hand, and in the dream I felt Swami is going to materialize 2 gold chains, one for each of these actors. That was a dream. And even as Swami was about to materialize these 2 chains, I was sure it's going to be 2 chains. I felt, let me not shoot this, let me not continue to shoot, let me put down my camera and let me watch this grand miracle of materialization that is happening before me. That was when the phone had rung and I had woken up. dream came into me, and I suddenly realized that possibly Swami was indicating this very program. Next to me was seated my school physics teacher, Sai sir. I turned to him and I said, "Sir, look at everybody seeing the program. Some of them are smiling, some are laughing. Everybody is feeling that this is not a good program. But Swami is so happy. For him, it's a good program." And Sai sir nodded and said, "Yes. What we judge and what God judges is totally different." The same thoughts that I expressed. Then I told him, "Sir, Swami is so happy with this drama that he will materialize not one chain, but 2 gold chains for 2 different actors." Dear brothers and sisters, as the drama concluded, I quickly got ready with the camera and I was wondering whether I should go to a better angle and position to shoot, because I just felt that something special was going to happen. But then the camera was mounted on a stand and it would take some effort to remove the camera from the stand. I was midway removing the video camera when Swami began to wave his hand. And even as he waved his hand, Swami beckoned for 2 actors, Sage Bharadwaja and Goddess Parvati, to come forward. Dear brothers and sisters, Swami materialized not 1, but 2 golden chains, 1 for each of the actors. The actors broke into tears as Swami put the chain around their necks one by one. And it's not yet over. I was there with my camera, wondering whether I should shoot this, or in accordance to my dream, should I put the camera down and just observe the magnificent creation happening. Before I could do anything, Swami looked towards me and said, "Shoot whatever is happening here, and after that I will come down also, then also take photographs." Wow, that was like a confirmation. It was almost like at the point I had woken up in my dream, I did not know what I had done later on. Swami was continuing here in the so-called reality. Dear brothers and sisters, that was a day I learned 2 lessons. 1, never be judgmental based on people's results being produced, because God always sees the efforts that are being put in. And the second lesson that I learned is that every dream of Swami is absolutely true. Sometimes it comes true in just a couple of hours, like it happened on the 18th of September 2008. Sometimes it may take months, sometimes it may take years. But his dreams are always true. There are a couple more things that Swami has said about him coming in dreams. The first one is from the 25th of March 1965. In that discourse, Swami says, "There are some people who misuse Swami's name and they come to you and tell, 'Swami came in my dream and told to collect such and such money from you or such and such resources from you.' Swami says, they are cheats. Don't encourage them, treat them and punish them in the manner that you would do to cheats." If somebody comes and tells you, "Swami told me in my dream to collect money from you," dear brothers and sisters, if that is what Swami wants you to do, Swami will come in your dream and tell you as well. The other beautiful statement from Swami's discourse on the 25th of October 2004. Swami says in that, if you intensely yearn for Swami, then that desire will manifest into that form that you love in your dreams. Yes, of course, Swami coming in our dreams is his will. But that very same Swami told us that if our yearning and pining for him is strong enough, then even he cannot stop himself from coming in our dreams. Dear Swami, may our yearning and pining for you keep growing every passing moment. May we love you and may we make you not just a part of our life, but the center of our lives. Thank you. Jai Sai Ram.